Hello again. In this video I'm going to edit a Scalescenes PDF in Inkscape so that the cover layers can then be sent to print then cut on a Cricut machine. Once we've opened Inkscape, it's now open a Scalescenes kit. In this case, the low relief houses and shops. We only want page 1, so select page 1 and press OK. Once the PDF is open, we only want this particular part of the cover layer. So we'll surround that and call it Object Group. We can now move that section away from the page, then surround everything else and delete. We can now drag our selection back to the page and now go to Object Ungroup. We can now remove all of the parts that we don't want printed. So take the parts away, being careful not to take the surround of the whole picture. Take all of the spare print. That in effect is the cover layer that you're going to print. So we now need to File, Export, and it will give you the opportunity to save as a PNG, which is effectively a photograph. In the DPI setting here, you can change the quality of the print, and in this case I'm using 300 DPI. If we now export, it will export that as a PNG. If we now drag the cover layer off and delete, we are left with the cutting instruction that lays beneath the cover layer. So I'll increase that size so that we can see the bits that we want to remove from the cutting instruction, because everything you leave will be cut. So we remove the fancy part at the top, and these are in two parts because there is a color and a cutting instruction around it. So you have to click that twice. And the same with this, making sure that you don't delete the actual cutaways. Now these three little dots on each side need to come off. It's important that when you do this, that you only delete the dots and don't delete this outer edge, because that is the key to the cutting instruction. We now surround and go to Path, Combine. This combines all of the cutting instruction into one piece. We can now say File, Save As, and we're going to change the name to Cutting Instruction. And save. We now have a saved PNG and we have a saved cutting instruction. We now move to the Cricut machine. Once you've opened the design space for the machine, you can then upload. And we upload the image that we want. Now I recommend that you upload the cutting instruction first. It's a slow process and lots of steps. Now, when this was actually in the Inkscape, the size of this was 12.78 centimeters, or as in Inkscape it said 127.8. We now change this width because it's the wrong size. So make sure you delete all of the numbers and change it to 12.78. And ensure that the lock is on, and it will automatically change the height as well. Next we upload the cover layer. And this is the actual PNG file as it shows there. Now it's a fairly large file, so it can take time to upload. We press continue, and again lots of steps. Then apply and continue, and select flat graphic. This gives us a single layer full color image that you can print on your home computer. Then press continue and upload. Again, it can be a slow process. And again, the size is incorrect. So we now need to change that to 12.78 again on the width. And again, make sure you delete everything that's in that box, or you will get erroneous results. Now, we place the cover layer over the cutting instruction. Now, if you've loaded them the other way around, you will find that this would be over the top. And the way that you can do that is if you go to the arrange, you could use the bring to front. But I've brought them in the correct order. So we now move them together. Not critical that they're aligned, because we can now surround that. And I'll just get rid of these little bits. And we go to the align. The first thing to do is to center horizontally, then center vertically. I'll show you that again. You align center horizontally and center vertically. And they are now one piece. So we press attach. And that will attach them both ready for the print then cut instruction. We now select print then cut and make sure that the machine is turned on. We now press make, and because you've told it print then cut, it will give you the option then to check that it looks in the correct place, which in this case it is, and we press continue. It's now time to send to the printer, and as you can see it shows 4 corners, and it will print a black line around, which are the marks that it will scan to. So just press next and then print. Once the print is complete, it should look as this is shown here. If it is, then press done. It's now time to select the type of paper that you used for the print. I would recommend you use something around the 120 grams, and then also recommend that it be a good quality paper or a matte photo 120 gram. I'm just using 90 gram here for this exercise. So we select that, and it's now time to place the print onto the mat. Ensure that the print is squarely placed on the mat, and then press the load unload button on the machine. It will now load the print into the machine, measure its mat length, and it will also start to detect the boxes around the print. This is when it's actually scanning. Once that scan has started, press the forward button and it will prepare for the scan. Once it has detected the print, it will then commence the cutting. The machine will then tell you to unload the mat. I've cut the video so that it didn't wait while all of the process was going on, and it can take quite a few minutes. Once complete, you can press the done, and then you can either save that or just exit from the design space. Just a quick look at the quality of the print prior to cutting and then after cutting, and just ready to stick onto the main frame of the Scalescenes kit. You can repeat this with all of the various parts of the kits, and I hope this video has been helpful. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments, and thank you once again.